Lesson 32, A Lost Ship. In this lesson, you'll hear about looking for a sunken ship. Now first, listen to the text and try to answer this question. Did the crew of the Elcor find what they were looking for? Elcor 这艘船上的船员找到了他们寻找的东西吗？
The salvage operation had been a complete failure. The small ship, Elcor, which had been searching the Barents Sea for weeks, was on its way home. A radio message from the mainland had been received by the ship's captain, instructing him to give up the search. The captain knew that another attempt would be made later, for the sunken ship he was trying to find had been carrying a precious cargo of gold bullion. Despite the message, the captain of the Elcor decided to try once more. The seabed was scoured with powerful nets, and there was tremendous excitement on board when a chest was raised from the bottom. Though the crew were at first under the impression that the lost ship had been found, the contents of the chest proved them wrong. What they had in fact found was a ship which had been sunk many years before. The chest contained the personal belongings of a seaman, Alan Fielding. There were books, clothing, and photographs, together with letters which the seaman had once received from his wife. The captain of the Elcor ordered his men to salvage as much as possible from the wreck. Nothing of value was found, but the numerous items which were brought to the surface proved to be of great interest. From a heavy gun that was raised, the captain realized that the ship must have been a cruiser. In another chest, which contained the belongings of a ship's officer, there was an unfinished letter which had been written on March 14, 1943. The captain learned from the letter that the name of the lost ship was the Karen. The most valuable find of all was the ship's logbook, parts of which it was still possible to read. From this, the captain was able to piece together all the information that had come to light. The Karen had been sailing in a convoy to Russia when she was torpedoed by an enemy submarine. This was later confirmed by a naval official at the Ministry of Defense after the Elcor had returned home. All the items that were found were sent to the War Museum.
So did the crew of the Elcor find what they were looking for? No, they didn't find what they were looking for, but instead they found another sunken ship. The text actually describes a salvage which aimed at one ship, but found another ship by chance. 本来要找寻的这艘船呢，是因为船上的东西非常的有价值。那么，尽管他们没有找到目标，尽管船长已经接到了命令要返航，但是他也知道他们还需要再次找寻，因为船上的金条价值连城。那么，他们意外发现的这艘船呢，捞上来的东西虽然没有什么实用价值，但是很有人情味儿。后来发现的航海日志还证明这艘船很有历史价值。So an accidental discovery became the exhibits of the War Museum. It's not necessarily less valuable than the gold bullion that they didn't find. 这篇课文呢，描述的就是这样一段经过。它是一个技术性的文章。It's a descriptive essay, written in a style that is objective and factual. 它的遣词造句呢，也很像报道文章，讲求真實和客觀。Right, now let's look at some language points in this text. The salvage operation had been a complete failure. Salvage 在这里呢是用作名詞使用，意思是 the act of saving, especially saving ships or buildings from sinking or fire and flood. Salvage 在这里用作名詞使用，It means the act of saving, especially saving ships or buildings from sinking, fire, or blood. 它呢，尤其是指打捞沉船，或者在火灾或者水灾之中营救建筑物。It can also be used as a verb. 它也可以用作动詞使用。It means save or rescue. 当它在課文中再次出現的時候，就是用作动詞使用的。The captain of the Alcor ordered his men to salvage as much as possible from the wreck. 從沉船的殘骸中打撈出東西來。Salvage from. Look at one more example. We managed to salvage a few pieces of furniture from the fire. 我们终于呢，從火中搶救出來幾件家具。Operation. Here it means a set of actions for a particular purpose. 為了一個什麼樣的目的，這樣進行的行動。The salvage operation. 打撈行動。Or a rescue operation. 營救行動。Or a search operation. 搜尋計劃。The sunken ship he was trying to find had been carrying a precious cargo of gold bullion. Sunken, here it means fallen to the bottom of the sea, 沉在海底的。注意 sunken 用作形容詞使用的時候，只能放在被修飾的名詞之前，就是說要用作定語使用。像課文裡的 the sunken ship 放在被修飾的 ship 之前。那麼我们知道，动詞的過去分詞也可以用作形容詞使用。sink 它的過去式和過去分詞都是 sunk， 但是當 sunk 用作形容詞使用的時候，只能用作表語。For example, what they had in fact found was a ship which had been sunk many years before. 這裡呢 sunk 就不能用 sunken 來替代。Despite the message, the captain of the Alcor decided to try once more. Despite 儘管或者不顧接到的這個消息。It's equal to in spite of. Despite 跟 in spite of 是一樣的。這句話也可以表達成為 In spite of the message, the captain decided to try once more. 那麼我們來看看 despite 這個詞的用法。課文中 despite the message 是用 despite 後邊加上名詞，它後邊也可以加上 doing something or the fact that and then add a clause。它後邊呢也可以接 the fact that 引導的一個從句。Look at the examples. Despite having been there twice, he failed to find the place. 儘管已經去過那兒2次了，他還是沒有找到地方。那麼這裡用的是 despite doing something， 也可以用 despite the fact that 來表達。這句話就變成 Despite the fact that he had been there twice, he failed to find the place. The seabed was scoured with powerful nets. Bed here means bottom. 這裡的 bed 是海底的意思。那麼河床就是 river bed. Be scoured with powerful nets. 用結實的網把海床搜索了一遍。Scour means seek or search very carefully. It also indicates that going over a place where something must be found. 那麼 scour 比 seek 和 search 的搜尋程度都要更為仔細，它尤其是指在一個很可能發現目標的範圍內搜尋。Look at this example. The police scoured the neighborhood for the missing child. 警方在附近地區搜尋這個失蹤的孩子。It indicates that they believed that the missing child could be found in this neighborhood. Though the crew were at first under the impression that the lost ship had been found, be under the impression means you believe something wrongly because of its appearance. 因为事情的表象呢，而错誤地相信什么事情。Look at this example. I was under the impression that they were married means I thought wrongly that they were married. The contents of the chest proved them wrong. 注意，这里 content 使用的是复数形式。It usually indicates things inside a box or a room, etc. 那么它用复数的时候呢，是指在一间屋子或者在一个盒子里头的东西。Here it means the things contained in the chest. And we learned this sentence before. The custom officer went through the contents of my suitcase carefully. 那麼这里 contents 指的就是我的箱子里的东西。We use content in singular form to mean the content of a writing or a composition. Content 用作单数使用的时候，是指一个作品或者写的东西里的内容。For example, now let's first talk about the content of the text. 我们先来谈一谈課文的內容。Nothing of value was found. Of value means valuable or worth a lot of money. 值錢的。Look at one more example. Fortunately, the thief did not take anything of value. 值得庆幸的是，这个賊并没有拿走任何值錢的東西。所以呢 of 後邊加上一個名詞，它其實起的是形容詞的作用。這句話中又出現了一個 of 加上名詞的用法 of great interest. It means having quality that attracts attention. We often say places of interest, 意思就是名勝。Or in this example, this book will be of particular interest to those who study history. 這本書呢，尤其會使學習歷史的人感興趣。I'll give you more examples. 我們再來看看經常使用 of 再加上名詞的用法。I hope the information will be of some help to you. It means I hope the information will be helpful to you. 還經常使用 of use, which means useful. The items which were brought to the surface. Surface here means the top of water, 水面或者海面。The most valuable find of all. Find here means the things being found, 找尋到的東西 especially something good and valuable found by chance. 它尤其是指一種偶然或者巧合下找到的值錢的東西。Look at this example. I took him to a restaurant which was a real find. Means which was found by chance and which happened to be very good. The captain was able to piece together all the information. Piece together means to put the pieces together. 把零碎的線索拼湊起來。Look at one more example. The police are still trying to piece together the clues given by different witnesses. 警方呢，仍然在試圖把不同證人給予的線索拼湊起來。All the information that had come to light. Come to light 也可以表達為 be brought to light. 這兩個詞組的意思都是 become known. The Karen had been sailing in convoy to Russia. In convoy, 護航。那麼表示護衛呢，英文中還有 escort 這個字。Convoy means travel on sea and in order to protect things. Escort, traveling on land in order to protect persons. 這两個詞的區別是 convoy 指護航，那麼保護的經常指東西。Escort 指的是在陸地上的護衛，保護的呢經常是人。This was later confirmed by a naval official. Confirm here means this was later proved to be true. 那麼 confirm 這個動詞它有2層詞義。One is to make certain of an arrangement. The other is to prove an opinion or belief true. Look at these 2 examples. I'd like to confirm a reservation for 2 double rooms. Confirm 這裡呢就是確認的意思。我想確認一下預定的2個雙人間。The president refused to confirm the rumor. Here it means the president refused to prove the rumor to be true. 总統拒絕肯定謠言的真實性。我们在介紹課文的時候提到了這篇課文的風格，它是真實客觀的。那麼我們來看看課文中是如何在句式上來表達這種客觀性的。The salvage operation had been a complete failure. 這裡呢是用 the salvage operation 這樣一個抽象名詞做主語，不涉及到人，來表達它的客觀性。There was tremendous excitement on board when a chest was raised from the bottom. 這裡呢用的是 there be 的句型，而不用人做主語，而不把它表達成為 the crew were tremendously excited on board. 還有一句話 The most valuable find of all was the ship's logbook, parts of which it was still possible to read. 這裡用 it 做從句的主語，來代替 to read 這件事情，而不說 the captain was still able to read parts of the logbook. 這樣也是表達了這個事物的客觀性。So much about the language study of this text. Now let's come back to the content. 這篇課文呢，記述的是一個打撈沉船的經過。找到的這艘沉船雖然不是目標所在，但是也可以被稱為是一個意外的收穫。從中我們知道，有時候歷史的發現呢，往往是出於一種偶然。Sometimes historical discoveries might result from accidents or coincidences. 從中呢，我們也會聯想，很多過去的線索也可能是永遠的遺失了。這艘船如果沒有被找到，那麼船上的這些線索也就永遠的石沉大海了。找到的這些東西雖然不是金條，但是跟真實的人息息相關。And history is actually composed of these common people. 課文結尾的時候告訴我們，這些東西被送進了戰爭博物館。那麼我們知道，一個博物館中的展品呢，也未必只與歷史上重要的人物或者事件相關。A museum does not necessarily contain displays or exhibits of important historic figures or significant historic events. 那麼在西方，博物館文化 museum culture 是非常發達的。There's a tradition to preserve historic interests. 對歷史遺跡的保存呢，也有比較好的傳統。光是在倫敦一處，你就會發現有幾十個博物館。You might never be able to exhaust them. 在這些博物館中呢，你可以看到有很多小學生被定期的組織去參觀，還有很多老人在那兒消磨時間。And different seminars and workshops, sometimes special exhibitions on certain topics will be held. 而且也会定期的舉辦一些專題展覽或者一些討論會。All right, I hope you will have chance to see these museums in your own eyes. Okay, I'll see you next time.